Vukani Cele, Moses Kotane Institute. Before we get into what the Institute is actually doing, who was Moses Kotane?
Moses Kotane was an activist, a politician, a very dedicated man. He self-taught individual who hailed from a place called Tampastad in Northwest. Currently now there is a municipality that has been named after him, Moses Kotane Municipality. How the Institute is structured, I think I need to just go back a little bit in terms of how and where it is located as an organization, because then I think it provides a better understanding of ultimately what is it that we then offer. We are funded by the Department of Economic Development, Tourism and Environmental Affairs. The department has a number of entities. For example, tourism is part of the department, trade and investment, KwaZulu-Natal, Itala Development Finance Corporation is part of it. So we're also part of that portfolio. That whole portfolio has a number of entities. We call them public entities. So Moses Kotane Institute is also located within this particular department. It is led by MEC, Mr. Michael Mabuya-Kulu. And we have a funding agreement between the department and Moses Kotane Institute as a non-profit company.
All right, just to stop you there, that's just for KwaZulu-Natal?
For KwaZulu-Natal, yes.
Are there similar organizations in the rest of the country?
None exists like Moses Kotane Institute.
Why was it so unique to come here?
It has everything to do with who came up with the idea, where the genesis, it's the genesis of the idea that people who had this idea, who were passionate about this particular intervention, decided in the end, when the idea was complete, who are we going to name this institute after? So they found and decided the values that Moses Kotane had resonated with their intentions. We have 5 programs. And these programs, obviously, are all targeting science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. So we call, as an acronym, it's STEM. And it's a global approach to providing, 21st century solutions to things like, as you said, food security, for example. We advertise. So we engage with the local municipalities and the school districts. For example, we have what we call Adopt a School program. In this particular instance, we target kids who have passed well at grade 9. We then take over their lives, their educational lives, from grade 10, 11, and 12. We put them in a boarding facility, an existing boarding facility, and we make sure that they have everything. So your tax money takes care of a number of kids and makes sure that the focus is on science and mathematics. Last year, for example, we had more than 80. In fact, we had 97 matriculants, all with a minimum of 4 distinctions, something that we're very proud of. We have then extended that into other school districts so that we can make sure that the program grows. So that's just one. So we target these kids. There's another one where I think it's a perennial problem. Some kid will think, I want to do mechanical engineering, and he or she will be short of 2 points to be admitted into University of KwaZulu-Natal or any other university, for example. And then they're stranded because their hopes are dashed. I can't get in. We have a relationship with the University of KwaZulu-Natal in particular, where we started in 2009. We call it a University Access Program. They will have the database of these kids who did not make it, so we adopt them. We pay for their tuition, accommodation, and everything, for the sole objective of ensuring that they go through a program that allows them to go into mainstream science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. The Access program is a full year, so really if there were certain basics that were not covered. These kids have a full academic year at university to make sure that they're ready for first year. These kids are prepared for your normal year 1, science 1, mathematics 1, so that they can function properly like any other kid that has had a normal schooling experience in a high value education system. So when they finish the program, they're ready.
Does this system apply to all, or is it just for previously disadvantaged?
Absolutely previously disadvantaged. And because we're funded by the province of KwaZulu-Natal Treasury, we focus largely and specifically on KZN students. However, we don't limit these kids to KwaZulu-Natal institutions. They are able, and we have kids at UJ, at WITS, UCT, etc. We are building, even as Moses Kotane Institute. Remember, we're only 5 years old. We established in 2009. So we are building a STEM institute. So we are unapologetic. We're proud. We're clear about what we do. We're channeling through science, technology, engineering, and mathematics. Nothing more, nothing less. The programs are approved. So the content is there, and we know that come, say, it's December, for example, we need to advertise. By that time, depending on the nature of the program, because we run a whole range of programs, we should have done the interviews, we should have said, yes, you have passed, yes, you have been accepted, sorry, you have not been accepted, because remember, budgets, budgets, budgets. So we don't have bottomless reserves, so we know how much we can always take through to a particular institute. So we know that, for example, we can only take 20.
Government sponsors this. Government
Yes.
is putting up the funds for it via the taxpayer.
Correct.
What about private enterprise? What part does it play?
I like that question very much, because part of my portfolio is fundraising. We have been given the, not permission, marching orders really, to say, go out there, find the private sector, find people that would find resonance with what you're doing, and make sure that they partner. Part of the conversation that is out there is that if the economy requires XYZ skills, Moses Kotane Institute, you should be at the forefront of that and know that you require X and this type of skill, so that when we go identify these kids, we are able to channel them so that they can be absorbed by the economy. I think that this is a great opportunity. I see this as a great opportunity to begin that conversation and invite captains of industry, all those CSI projects and funds and budgets, to say, look, we want to partner with Moses Kotane Institute because we know where these kids are. We know where they are. We know how to find them. And the significance of this is that now we're saying, while we know where to find them, we are even more ready with appropriate projects that will help grow the economy and bring them into mainstream economy. We want ultimately to have graduates, beneficiaries who become ambassadors, people who can go back to their communities and say, Moses Kotane Institute took me from point A to point B. I'm on my own, I'm independent, I'm skilled, I can do X, Y, Z to make sure that I live. Now I'm going to go back and help all the others. The transversal module is about Ubuntu, is about that compassion, is about ensuring that everybody understands where they are. I want to quote one of the founding fathers who said, what kind of an engineer are you if you don't know where the rice that you eat on your plate comes from? So it's the depth of understanding of your origin. It's the depth of understanding of your own country. It's the depth of understanding of what it is that your country wants to achieve, and you then become a responsible citizen. I have a dream of one day looking at hundreds and thousands of graduates from Moses Kotane Institute influencing a different type of life for a future South Africa, a responsible citizen, a forward-looking citizen. an ambassador that says, I live in a democratic South Africa where what I have I should be able to share with others.